again to the sopranos of the Oxford Bach Choir. Today we're going to be having a look at the first 29 bars of the In Paradisum from the Fauré Requiem. This is a challenging little section of music. The effect is ethereal, as if floating above the earth, and one has this sense of stillness, but we must not be fooled. As singers, we mustn't let it stop us or halt us from moving. The voice must always move. We must always sing with direction. We must always sing with purpose, and we must always sing with resonance. Piano dolce, it says, and this means sing. So we're going to start by singing the whole of the first 29 bars through. This is so that you can remind yourself of how it goes, or learn it if you've not done it before, and just have a sing and acquaint yourself with what's going on. So we're going to take it from the top. Great. Now we've had a little sing of that, let's go back to the top. What I'd like to do first is sing again the first 10 bars. Let's have a little bit of a think about the rhythm here. We've got a 3 time, and this I think should help us. In any piece in 3 time, we must land on the first beat, we lift on the second, and we move on the third. And that's what I'd like you to think about in singing this one. So the quaver beat of Paradisum, Paradi, just give that a little bit of an urge forward. It'll help you get this sense of movement and get the feet waggling while the swan swims over the water. Just get that pedalling. Disum, up that fourth, get that moving. Deducant angeli, again with the movement through over the bar line. That's all I'd like you to think about. So let's have another go. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Good. I'd like to do that section again, and in doing that I'd like to sing the shapes. Make sure that, as in any romantic piece of music, the phrase rises and falls. So make sure that you have a sense of mini crescendos and diminuendos in either of those phrases. I think there's room for it, particularly in the second one. Deducant angeli. So keep that sense of direction going all the time. One more time, first 10 bars. Here we go. 2 and 3. take a little chunk from 11 to 16 now. And in this, I'd like to have a little bit of a think about how the consonants can help propel us through these phrases. Look particularly at sushi piantema. Make sure that these are quite quick consonants, so they're not stopping the sense of the flow to the top of the phrase. The other thing I'd like us to consider here is this idea of when the notes are long. I think particularly of ma and tires. Both of those are quite long notes. Just have a sense of the idea that the legs are still paddling underneath, and reissue the vowel in your mind as you go. Keep reinventing it as an idea so that long notes don't become static notes. So we're going to give you an introduction from bar 9, and you come in on the upbeat to bar 11. Here we go. 2 and 3. Into advent, in this next little section, I'd like to sing a little chunk from 17, bar 17, through to 21. And here, I'd like us to consider the the vowels that we're using here. Because we're up here in this changing part of the voice and starting to get into the real head tone, that ed per du cante could get really wide and it won't make the best tone that you can make. So really think about those vowels having a north-south idea behind them. Ed per du cante, in cividadem sa, cividadem sa. So it'll help make the best sound that you can here. I'm going to play from 16 and you'll sing from 17 to 21. Here we go. 2, 3. Good. And then we move through to section 21 right through to bar 29, where we're saying the word Jerusalem again, and this is where the melody really starts to fill out. This is a really good place to start thinking about breath. Between these Jerusalems there are different sorts of breath occurring. We have the breath before we start, which might be termed as an ordinary breath. Then the second one, there's that lovely quaver rest you get, and that just helps to have a sense of urgency starting to build as you say Jerusalem for the second time. And then the third breath comes in bar 24 between the two E's. And here we're right in the middle of a crescendo. It's important that you keep thinking of the crescendo happening while you breathe, a springboard breath, if you like, that propels you up to the very top of the Jerusalem. And then the last breath comes in bar 27 at figure C. Jerusalem, Jerus. That's a more relaxed breath, but it must very definitely have energy, otherwise that series of A's at the end of the phrase will just become still and static. So remember to keep an idea that we're still moving even though the notes do not move. Let's have a little sing of that. So we're going to play from B, which is bar 19, and you will come in at Jerusalem, which is the upbeat to 21. Here we go. 2 and 3. Lovely. I'd like to do that same section once again. You can keep thinking about the breath, but now I'd like to have a little think about a few vowel sounds within it. The vowel in the English language, or Latin here, is a troublesome one because it has a tendency to go east-west. and we end up with a lovely sound on oo, followed by a rather wide air. So as you sing your F vowel, let's see if we can channel it and make it go forward. Jerusalem. It's as though it's an E vowel going through an shaped hole a little bit. Keep thinking north-south and you won't go far wrong. Check and look in the mirror and look at your F vowel here. If it's too wide here, it's probably too wide a sound. So keep those really channeled as you go up, particularly at the top there where you get into the high E on M. So same introduction, 19, you coming in on the upbeat to 21, 2 and 3. Good. We're going to finish our little session by singing all that through one more time. Before we do, I'm just going to talk you through a few things. Make sure your breaths are timed and make sure they reflect what you're about to sing. Keep reissuing the vowel when you have long notes, so you have a sense of movement all the time. Never let anything get locked. Think about the channeling as you go north-south with your vowels rather than east-west. Here we go, from the beginning up to bar 29. 2. Thank you.